do this, then I'm gonna do this, then I'm gonna do this, and to lose something is like, oh. Are we on? Okay. Hi. I'm gonna talk for a moment about choosing plastics and cutting plastics. The way that you choose plastics for a plastic recycle sculpture project could be based on color, translucency, a metallic quality, or texture. Now, most recycled plastic has no texture. So what you can do is create your own texture, and the ways that you can do that is using hole punch of different sizes. I even have a heart hole punch that you can use. Cutting the edges in a different way, or melting it. So the way that you would melt plastic is as follows. First of all, only melt indoors, only melt number 2 plastic. Reason being, and you can't take it to boiling point, singeing point, or melting point. Just heat it enough so it can bend. How do we do that? Curling iron. So if you choose a skinny curling iron, which these I got at Berlin Farmers Market and at Goodwill, like I collect blow dryers, curling irons, hole punches, paper cutters, things like that. So this was like, you know, I don't know, $5, $4. And what you can do is cut your plastic into a strip. We cut the labels off first. Why? Just because unless your sculpture is real simple, it doesn't necessarily look good. It basically looks like a bunch of trash together. If we take off the labels or cut the labels off your project first and then use everything else but the label, then it makes our brain kind of think of this as not trash. Does that make sense? So, so it helps. When you're cutting your plastic, you want to make an intentional edge. Tapered looks the best, and if it is jagged, make it jagged by either creating some pattern, like a feather design, like I did, oops, with this, or make sure that it's long and neat looking and not jagged. So that's what I mean by intentional. If you have difficulty cutting through the plastic, you know, you just want to take a break. However, once you start and you have a bottle, like an entire bottle, say you wanted to cut this, you can't really, it's hard to puncture this with scissors and then start cutting. So the best thing that you can do is take this cutter, make sure please that you have goggles on. Now, I washed these goggles, so they're clean with disinfectant soap, so don't be freaked out by them. You can tie them so they fit your head. The elastics are pretty much stretched out at this point.
It has a glowing yellow box on here. Does that mean something?
I don't know.
Alright, never mind. It says 4 minutes, so I don't know if that means
I only have 4 minutes left, maybe.
Yeah.
That will cut through your plastic quickly and easily. Okay. Just make sure you get the goggles on. And make sure that there isn't somebody next to you like, what are you doing with no goggles on? So recommendation, you do this by yourself at the table, or if there's somebody very close to you, make sure that they have goggles on too. Maybe you guys do it together. Next thing is curling. You can take a curling iron, grab it with an iron on low. What happens happens if we take it to melting or singeing point? What do you think might happen?
Blow up.
Hmm?
Dangerous.
Yeah, we'll create fumes. So this way we're not creating any fumes. Hold it there for a minute. And just until it's warm. And then you have acrylic hue. So this can add a really nice texture to your sculpture. And then let it dry. You can also, while it's warm to the touch, you can also manipulate it like in different ways, like make your coils tighter. Create new and interesting creases. All kinds of stuff. Next thing we want to do is talk about what you can do with extra thin. Is it off?
You got 2 minutes.
Okay. You can take a pair of scissors, cut this plastic into strips or shapes, and either heat them or braid them and stretch them. I collected plastic from, this is actually from one piece of plastic from a water bottle case, and I cut them into strips and braided them, and then heated the ends to make them like elongated and kind of ratty. My inspiration for this piece was a jellyfish. So you can also create this type of look by cutting different types of plastic. And this plastic, thin plastic, such as plastic from an old plastic tablecloth or an old plastic apron or these bags, cut very, very easily. So all you have to do is take a pair of sharp scissors, however they have to be sharp. Our small scissors work great, and then drag right along the edge and they cut. And it's actually like fun and relaxing to do. Overbreak if you're bored and you like that look, like that tail look, you could do a bunch of those overbreak on the couch, and it's kind of fun to do. I, this morning, was just cutting a few pieces of thin plastic, like this. Cuts out really easily. And I noticed, look at how cool the garbage bag